Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me here at Ray Imagination. My name is Ray, and you never know who is paying attention to you when you're an artist and you put your stuff out there. Because I actually got this commission from a friend that I haven't seen in probably about, 20 years, close to 20 years. And now she has this beautiful little girl who had a birthday coming up, and we did the Facebooky thing, and before you knew it, I was sitting here drawing in my studio. The little girl's name is Audrey, as will soon become apparent as the drawing progresses. And Audrey loves her cat, loves to be outside, and she also is a budding artist herself. So we decided to go ahead and incorporate all of those that we could into the drawing. I figured start off with a caricature of herself since she wanted to be drawn in anime style, and then have her name in big bold hero letters coming out from behind her. So she's holding her cat in one arm and a giant pencil in another, because who doesn't like giant pencils that you could impale your friends with? I mean, good times for all, right? I figured the outdoorsy bit would be brought in with the background, but I really wasn't sure quite how that was going to figure in yet, so decided to just do everything in the foreground first, and then I'd get to the background eventually. I think of this style of lettering as Superman lettering because it's so dynamic and it uses a vanishing point perspective to create the illusion of the word popping right off the page at you. I can't help it. I think this cat is my favorite part of the piece because just look at his little face and his whiskers and his little tail. I just want to squeeze him and squish him and just bite his face off. I mean, why do, when things are really cute, women get violent? I mean, does this make sense to anybody? And my markers were dying in the colors that I wanted to use. But that's the only thing that I don't like about Ohuhu markers is that they are not refillable. I suppose you might be able to try a Copic refill for an Ohuhu marker, but I don't know if that would work. Okay, so now it's time to map out the background. I figured go hard or go home, so giant mushrooms, big trees with moss and vines, and a whole forest that can be her own for her and her little kitty to romp around in. Sorry, I don't know why this is out of focus, but it's at this point that I realized that because of all of the midtones in Audrey herself and the background, the foreground would not stand out so well. So what I decided to do was to add a thick white outline to the whole thing and then put a drop shadow behind that. That way it kind of looks like the foreground has been cut out of a separate piece of paper and is popping out from the background about 1/4 of an inch. That was totally unplanned and spur of the moment, which makes me a little bit nervous because I like to plan everything out before I do it. That way I don't run the risk of messing up the whole thing and having to start all over again. And man, I wish that gold gel pen showed up better on camera because it looks super duper cool in real life. So you can kind of tell here a little bit that it's shiny, but I can't really get the full effect of it. What you can see is the drop shadow behind her name and behind her actual self. So it just really gives it that nice 3D quality and pops it out from the background. And with that, this piece is complete. And there was one more gifty poo that I offered in the package, and that was to make this drawing into a sketchbook. I've really gotten into bookbinding and making my own sketchbooks and thought, well, while I have the artwork, why not make it cover art for a sketchbook for someone who is a budding artist? So it seemed to be perfect, and I was really pleased with how it turned out. This is the part in our program where I thank you so much for watching another adventure in Reimagination, and remind you to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that bell for all notifications. Until next time, keep on keeping on.